Hi, this is Lisa Marie Nicole, and this is Rockin' for God. Let's rock. Let's rock. Let's rock. Let's rock. Let's rock. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the award-winning Rockin' for God podcast. I am your host, Christian recording artist Lisa Marie Nicole. Today is July 12th and the 15th Sunday in Ordinary Time. Before I get to the gospel from today, I want to tell you about today's guest. From Culture Shift, I will be speaking to Christian hip-hop artist Alex Macdonald about the organization and his music and faith. And stick around to hear my song, I Know You Are Here, God, There, God, at the end of this show. It is the podcast theme song. Also, I have a new dog up for adoption from O'Hare. So today's gospel is from Matthew 31, 1 through 23. It is very long, so this is the summary. The parable of the sower. The seed sows on the path is the one who hears the word of the kingdom without understanding it. And the evil one comes and steals away what was sown in his heart. The seed sown on rocky ground is the one that hears the word and receives it, at once with joy, but he has no root and lasts only for a time. When some tribulation or persecution comes because of the word, he immediately falls away. The seed sown among thorns is the one who hears the word, but worldly anxiety and lures of riches choke the word, and it bears no fruit. But the seed sown on rich soil is the one who hears the word and understands it, who indeed bears fruit and yields 100 or 60 or 30-fold. The parable of the sower illustrates how indifferent responses to the word of the kingdom prove unfruitful. Distractions come from the world, the flesh, and the devil. On the other hand, fruit brought forth from the responsive heart abounds. Fruit is a common biblical image for the good works and faithfulness that flow from God's grace. The seed is the word of God. Christ is the sower. All that come to him will have life forever. Plant the seed and let God do the rest. Rockin' for God is sponsored by The Four Persons and Lisa Marie Nicole Music. Let's get this show started. There's a light at the end of... I know you're there, God. Sometimes I feel alone, even when I'm not. All the troubles in the world, I forget all I've got. I know. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. If you were joining me for the first time on Facebook, YouTube, or any other streaming site, welcome. If you're watching this on the playback, which you will be eventually, on any of the other places like Podbean or FIOFM or somewhere, I thank you so much for watching. So to all of my new followers and some people out there that might even be guests coming up, just keep an eye on the show and watch how I do things. And we have a lot of fun. I have a great group of people, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So like I said before, stick around for the end of the show because I have a couple of dogs I want to talk about at the end from O'Hare that I do at the end of the show. So I'm going to bring on my guest right now, and we'll talk to him. Hey, how are you, Alex? Oh,
Hello,
I unmuted you.
thank you. I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
Just
thanks
tell
for having me.
everybody. Yeah, thank you. Tell everybody from where you are, your name, and where you're from.
Yep, so my name is Alex Macdonald, and I'm from the crossroads of America. For the people that don't know, that's Indiana. I live in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
That's great. The crossroads of America. Indiana's considered the Midwest, isn't it?
Yes,
Is it in
ma'am,
the
it is.
Midwest? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I have a lot of people over there in the Midwest, a lot of people on this show. And how far were you from Nashville?
About 6.5 hours from Nashville.
Wow, that's far.
Yeah, I've been
So
there a few
you,
times. Love that city.
yeah, you must be pretty far from Florida then.
Very far. We went to my
Mm.
brother's wedding there, and it was about I think we went to the northern part. It was like 10 hours, maybe 12. I think it's 16 to Miami.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, well, it takes me 5 hours, and I'm in Central Florida to get to Miami. I'm like North
Oh, wow.
Central, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's about 5 hours to get there. So that's good. How's the weather by you right now?
It's been pretty hot, but doable. It's kind of okay.
Probably not here, like here. I think it was like 110 with the
Ooh.
humidity. Yes, it's
Dang.
terrible. And we actually got some rain today, so it's a good thing.
Yeah,
Um,
cooled it off a little.
I want to thank everybody in the chat room that joined me today, that are joining us today. If you have any questions for Alex in the show, just ask, put them in the comment section, and I will get to them, and I will ask him. So, I know you're a culture shifter, and I know Tim was on last week, and he talked. Everybody that's watching, listen to what he said about how you started it. But you
Mhm.
want to explain in your own language how it got started and how like you started it too?
Yeah, so Tim is actually my cousin, but he's also
Mhm.
somebody that I'm a huge fan of. I've been listening to his music for a long time. And when he came to me and talked to me about this idea for Culture Shift, what I knew about Tim was that he's a hard worker. He works harder than just about anybody I know. He cares about helping others, and I've seen him put others before himself a lot of times. So I was like, "Well, you're a good artist. You want to build a platform for other artists. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and do it." So he was playing the music in his truck with the son and couldn't find an appropriate song, so he changed the station, found another inappropriate song, changed the station, and he called me. He said, "Bro, we need to shift culture." I said, "Well, yeah, we do." And at the time, I wasn't making music. I was just taking a break from making music, and he was talking to me about this. So we started creating a website where people could have challenges on there, they could compete, and the whole idea was fan support. And then
Hmm.
fast forward a few years later, we start doing live events. I get back into making music, and it was so crazy. We were in Chicago. There was an artist named Big Trucks there, and he came up to us after the show and he said, "You did something in Chicago that nobody's ever done in 30 years." And I'm like, "What do you mean? What are you talking about?" He said, "You brought unity here." And I said, "Oh, that was the Holy Spirit. But I'm glad you pointed that out. I'm glad you felt that." And so as we started planning our first music festival, we were talking about what is the culture shift? How do we
Hmm.
shift culture? And a big
Hmm.
part of that we believe is unity. If we start to come together more, fighting less, we're going to see a better world. And then it became about celebrating the good because you get more of what you focus on. And so if we focus on the good, we celebrate it, then we're going to make others inspire to be the good as well. And so now we've had 4 years of the music festival. Our next one is coming up August 1st here in Fort Wayne, and we've dialed it into a couple of specific things. We do events and we do outreach, and through that outreach we serve the disability communities, we serve the addiction recovery and the homeless communities, and then we empower the youth. And so we've given opportunities for people that are under 18 to be on stage to perform or to DJ. We've put on events that are safe for the kids, and it's been really amazing.
That's great. That's I mean, he explained that last week, but you explained it a little bit further, and that's incredible what you do, especially for the youth, because that's what we were
Hmm.
saying, that they really need it this week,
Hmm.
right now in this time, they really need that. And to give them an outlet to be able to do that also is a great thing. That must make you feel really good.
It does. Yesterday we had an 11-year-old DJ with us at a young young makers market. There was all kids as vendors, and we got to have a kid DJ with us, and he had so much fun. And just seeing what it could ripple into later is so
That's
exciting.
cool. Have you ever had anybody that was like that started out like just like practicing or whatever and then became something big?
Not that I know of yet, but I'm sure they all will be.
Yeah, yeah, right. If they stay on the right track, they will be. That's great. And
Hmm.
that's what's good for you about you doing it. Have you always wanted to be a singer-songwriter? Have you always done that?
I can't say I did. When I was born, my grandpa was a country singer. Was kind of well known in that time. and wrote a song that went to #2 and did shows all over the South. And then my mom was into like 80s hair metal and country as well. And I didn't really love that music. And then I remember I was in 3rd grade and I heard Montel Jordan, "This Is How We Do It." And I was like, this is
Yeah.
the music I
This
like.
is how we do
We
it.
do it. Yeah. And then I went to my friend's house, stayed the night. We were watching VH1 real late at night, and the song Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony came on, the video for
Mhm.
that, and I was blown away. I was like, I love hip hop. And so for most of my youth, I was in love with hip hop, but it wasn't until 2005, my senior year, that I started trying to create music. My friend Josh Spencer was in a band called Droner, and they were playing big shows all over the area, and they decided to take a hiatus. They took a break from playing shows, and so he started a side project. And one day I wrote a whole paper full of words and gave it to him, and he said, "Yeah, that's good. You just got to learn how to write music now. Like we got to turn that into lyrics." So he
Mhm.
started to teach me how to write like 4/4 time signature and creating
Yeah.
lyrics from the words. And so we had this band called New Messiah. Started doing a couple shows with that, and then I moved to Houston and I met Tim and our cousin Sean for the first time, and they put on freestyle beats, and I was just like, how do you do this? How can
Yeah.
you just rap off the top of your head for as long as you're going? And that really got me like inspired to start creating hip hop.
So back up a little bit. Did you when you started doing that, when you started deciding that you wanted to do hip hop, did
Mhm.
you ever sing?
No, I've tried singing my whole life and it's never
Rap?
really sounded good. so so I just rap.
Well, that's good because you can, I mean, you can, I'm sure you've been on other people's, have you been on other people's albums? Have you
Hmm.
done like, parts of, like rapping parts and songs?
Yeah, I've done collaborations with others too.
Yeah, because I was thinking about doing that too, because I would like to have somebody do that in one of my songs,
Oh, that'd be
because,
awesome.
yeah, a lot of people, I mean, there's some great, I mean, there's some unbelievable, I've heard some great Christian rap artists
Hmm.
out there, and they're, I know they're really good, but it's, I mean, I'm a poet. I know a lot of it is like poetry. It's like
Hmm.
speaking spoken word,
Yeah.
spoken poetry, and that's what they call it, I know. So, but I know you have to really have that in you to do it. It's, I don't think I could just like rap something, but, you know, but that's great. Have you ever done any other genres? Have you ever tried to, or?
Yeah, so that band that we had my senior year was experimental. It was kind of new metal, and so my friend would sing and scream, I would scream and rap. And then we had a guy that played guitar, and he was just brutal. Like he played the heaviest
Scream and
chords. I'm like,
rap? I
well,
like to hear that.
we have no recordings. It wasn't gospel at all. As actually anti-gospel.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So good thing we didn't record it. It
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
need to
true.
live on.
Did you have you, like, how was your faith in God before you decided to do this? Did you have faith your whole life that strong before you decided to get into hip hop, Christian hip
Yeah,
hop?
I really can't say I did have faith my whole time. And when I started that band, I was an atheist at the time, and so I
Wow.
didn't grow up in a Christian household. I remember 8 years old. I was in Oklahoma City where I was born, and this bus goes by, and these people get out, and they said, "Hey, you want to come to church with us?" And I said, "I don't know if my mom will let me." They're like, "There's food there." I'm like, I run home, and then I asked my mom, "Hey, can I go to church with these people? Are they gonna feed you?" "Yeah, there's gonna be food there." So they let me go to church, and it was a Baptist church, and I remember like coming to Christ at that time, but there was no foundation at the time. So like
Yeah.
from 8 going to that church, moving across the country again, I kind of fell out of that faith. But then uh, I had another come to Jesus moment my junior year. Came to Christ then, and it was at a concert. There was a bunch of like Christian rock bands playing, and I remember the Holy Spirit being just so real to me and falling in love with Christ. But then during that time, I was teaching at this youth group at this church, and one day, the lady came up to me and said, "Hey, we're not going to have you teach youth group anymore." I said, "What do you mean? Like we just put on this Christmas play, it went really good. All the kids are engaged, they're learning." Like, "Yeah, we're just going to have Josh do it now." And I'm like, "Well, what's the reason?" She's like, "No reason." And so I got really hurt. I was offended. I had
Mhm.
church hurt, and I walked away from Christ, and that's when we joined that band and created that. But then shortly after, think I was I think it was like 2012. I was actually homeless at the time. I was sleeping in my car at a
Wow.
Target, and this lady comes up to my car window and she said, "Hey, are you homeless?" I said, "No, I'm just watching the basketball game on their Wi-Fi." And she goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I brought you this bag of food. Um, I I felt like God told me to give it to you." I said, "I'm sorry, I'm lying. I am homeless right now." So she gave me the food. Food was involved again. And I just felt like when I told her that lie, I felt like God convicted me, and I gave my life to Christ again. And that's shortly before I became a Christian hip hop artist.
Wow, that's great. So you were actually an atheist before this,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
so how did it feel for you to like because I always like to ask people that totally had no faith or like
Hmm.
didn't just believe God existed. Like, what was the moment that you knew that God existed and like you
Mm.
weren't an atheist anymore? Like, what was the moment that did that for you?
Yeah. Well, one of the lies I repeated to myself was, "We're just carbon-based life forms. That we have no soul. None of this matters." And so I lived kind of hedonistically. And then it was that moment that lady showed up, and I felt like the Holy Spirit convicted me, saying, "Don't lie in this moment." And he was just real to me again. And I keep having experiences where I feel like I hear the voice of God. I feel like there's direction from God, and then I've seen miracles happen, so I can't deny it at all. But it was in that moment in that car in Target parking lot that I was like, okay, God is seeking me out, searching me down.
That could have been God,
Yeah.
you
And she
know?
led to her dad let
Never
me move
know.
in with him.
Yeah. You never
Hmm.
know who people are or come up to you. People say they
Hmm.
believe angels have talked to them and, have
Hmm.
came up and spoke to them. We never know. We never
Yeah.
know where he is. I mean, he's in everybody basically, but you never know physically, you
Hmm.
know, he could be, you could be talking to somebody in the street, that's why they always say to always treat people with kindness and respect
Hmm.
because you never know who you're talking to.
Yeah. What if God was one of us?
That's right. I
I
think
love
that's the
that
song,
song.
isn't it? Is that a
Yep.
song?
I didn't sing it to save everyone.
But it is.
Yep.
Uh, all right, I'm gonna play one of your songs right now. I'm gonna
Okay.
play New Level. Is that
Okay.
that
Cool.
is that the name of it? Yeah, New
Yep.
Level. I'll play that one first and then we'll come back.
Awesome. Thank you.
Welcome.
I could say it's what raised me that made me. Thank God that he saved me. But what's that saying? Doing the same thing over again, expecting a new result. Now that's insanity. Gee, don't you think? Yeah, I know that I'm crazy. The offenses from them shouldn't even faze me. I'm being attacked by these affinities. My enemy is my flesh, the world and the devil. New level, no metal. I'm protected by the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, so I could never boast. Some days feels like survival, but that's what's building muscle for the next revival. Let me show you what I got in store. I know inside of me is so much more. I'm no longer a slave to my old ways. That old me buried in that old grave.
Nobody ever told me that it would be so painful. Nobody ever told me that I would feel so thankful for every step I take, every move I make takes me to a higher place. Nobody ever told me that I would be so grateful.
Life was a blur, but now I see clearer. Not just my past, I'm talking my mirror. Puddling pride, shame, fear, and the lies. But he never let go, stayed right by my side. Tears on my pillow turned to praise in the night. What the enemy meant for harm, God flipped for light. So I fight with love, that's my sword. Grace on my lips and peace is my reward. I fell down, but I got back up. I ain't who I was, and that's facts. He broke every chain, and there's no looking back. It's a war, but I'm built for it. Building muscle for the next revival. Let me show you what I got in store. I know deep inside there's so much more. I'm no longer a slave to my old ways. That old me buried in that old grave.
Nobody ever told me that it would be so painful. Nobody ever told me that I would feel so
All right, that was New Level featuring my friend Ali K.
Yeah, she's got a great voice. I like that mix. It was
Yeah,
good.
thank you.
So,
Now I'm gonna blow your mind with how she
go
put
ahead.
that together. So that was one of the first songs I wrote when I came back to music. I took 8 years off,
Mhm.
and she's an artist. My friend Tyler Sherrick shared with me. She was living in Michigan at the time. Then she moved to New York, and she's actually completely blind. And she produced that beat. She engineered her
Wow.
vocals and engineered the mix for the production.
She's completely blind? God
Yep,
bless her.
she uses voiceover on the computer. But we were riding in the car, and I shared this idea with her. Said I have this idea for the chorus. I said it one time, and she took that one moment and she produced and made that. It blew my mind.
That's a blessing.
She's so incredibly talented. So make sure you
It
find
is.
Ali K official on YouTube and listen to the rest of her songs. She's so good.
That's great. Yeah, I'll definitely check her out. And has she done any other songs with you?
That's the first song we've done together. She has a lot of songs by herself that are really good.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'll definitely check her out. She's a Christian artist? Is she a
Yep, she
Christian
just
artist?
at the time she wasn't a Christian, but now she's given her life to Christ. She was struggling with her faith for a while, and I'll let her explain her own story. But now she's definitely a believer.
That's great. Yeah, that's really great.
Yep, it's from the album Year of Jubilee, and I've noticed that God had this idea for this album, and He's making it even more true each and every day. Like Ali K coming to Christ was part of that Year of Jubilee moment.
Yeah, that's your new album you just released, right?
Yep,
That's great. We'll talk about that later. You can tell everybody where to get it.
awesome.
So, what do you think is the most important thing to you that our youth need to be taught today to succeed in society?
That's a really good question. I feel like there's lots that we could say, but one of the most important things I believe is being authentically yourself. There's only one version of you, and the best version of you is when you become your best version of you. Want to shout out my wife. She just tuned in. Hi, Stephanie. And
Is
so
that your wife?
once we like get comfortable with ourselves and realize that God created us for a purpose, and we start realizing our purpose, then I think that can change the entire trajectory for a young person. Because a lot of times when I was lost in sin or making bad choices, I didn't think there was any kind of future, and I was dealing with depression, hopelessness, anxiety. But once I discovered that I have a purpose and started working towards that purpose, then that changed everything, you know?
And that's for even for adults, like you said, that goes for anybody, not just for
Hmm.
the youth. But if they start young and if you start working on them when they're
Hmm.
younger and you show them, like you just said, that be true to yourself. But with the youth today, we really need to show them that they need to put God first in their life.
Yep,
And
and that's a big part of it is you're created by God, and so you should understand that you're under His servitude, you know?
yeah, I mean, if they do, all of us, if we all put God first in our life, and or we did show the kids that, I don't think that
Hmm.
maybe if they did at a younger age, they wouldn't be involved in drugs and all this stuff that they go through in
Hmm.
life on the street. Um,
Yeah.
and like Tim was saying last week, with the rap music, how bad it is in the
Hmm.
industry, and with the cursing and all the stuff they're using. And, that's why Christian rap, I mean, with Christian rap, you could basically rap the whole Bible if you wanted to.
Yeah,
You
and I
can,
was,
you
and I have
can, I
my
mean,
step.
you use your own life, right? You
Yep,
use life experiences for that.
I do a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I use a combination of both Bible lyrics. So "Step Into Your Power" is a song that's all Bible verses, and then I have some older songs like Psalm 41, Psalm 91. I made those
Mhm.
into raps, and then a
That's
lot of the,
cool.
actually, No Doubt on my last album, The Winning Team, I wrote the first verse, I had the choruses, but I couldn't think of the second verse. And one night I'm reading the Bible real late, and it just came alive. Like, this is going to work on this beat. And so I changed it into the Message version, and then I started rapping, and I was like, this are the lyrics. Like, this is the lyrics for this song.
That's cool. That's how it comes to you like that.
Hmm.
I have another question for you to think about. Um, how do you go about in your own way teaching the word of God to the lost and alone?
That's a great question. So I have preached at several churches. I've preached at 6 different churches, And then I've also helped plant an online Bible church called the Cyber Embassy. And so I feel like God has given me a gift to be able to teach. I've been able to put together sermons, and most of that is Holy Spirit, none of my own talent. I wrote a book called Soar Higher, the 7 steps to how to overcome limiting beliefs. And I believe that had a lot of gospel in it and helps people understand how to believe in God. And then I think through my music, a lot of it is either praising God or understanding our identity that we were created by God and overcoming things.
Yes, that's true. Great answer. And I have another question that John wants to ask you. What advice would you give to people overwhelmed by the bad and negativity of this world?
Yeah, so that's a really good question too, John. Thank you for that. I think number one is you want to unplug from the bad media. So we want to shut off the radio, shut off the TV, shut off the phone, and get away from, unplug from that bad media, and then start plugging into truth. Read the Bible. You can even get a YouVersion Bible app and listen to the Bible being read to you. You can go on YouTube, like you're on now probably, and find different meditations on the Bible. You can find Bible meditations and just start plugging into positive media. And then I think a really big important part of that is forgiveness. I gave a talk called Breaking the Chains years ago, and God revealed to me there was 3 parts to forgiveness. 1, we got to understand we're forgiven by God. 2, we forgive others. And number 3, I think this is really important, is to forgive ourselves. And so sometimes we carry along this baggage, and we need to learn to just let that go and find peace.
How was that, John? I think that was a great answer. I am going to give you a break on a question for a minute so I don't bombard you, but I'm going to play your next song. This is the one that you did this one on your own, right?
Yep, this is called Great One's Dream, right?
Yeah, Great One's Dream. Yeah. All right. We'll play this and we'll be right back.
Awesome.
Our minds in the kingdom to shape. God reigns forever, we just echo his name. Every beat, every verse, it's all worship in his name. The great one's dream, yeah, we rise and create. With heaven on our minds in the kingdom to shape. God reigns forever, we just echo his name. I'm not here for the lights or the clout. I paint with the spirit, let the praise pour out. From the ink in my pen to the beat in my chest. Every gift is a chance to give God my best. God is a creator, we were made in his image. Therefore when I dream, speak and create, I'm not just being an innovator, an imitator. I reflect the creator, the one who first spoke. So I breathe in the word and I breathe out hope. We testify new colors and chords. We write songs and rhythms and scores. Not just noise, this is kingdom art. With the king on the throne and the flame in our heart. Flame in our heart. Flame in our heart. Great one's dream, yeah, we rise and create. With heaven on the minds and the kingdom to shape. God reigns forever, we just echo his name. Every beat, every verse, it's all worship in his name. Great one's dream, yeah, we rise and create. With heaven on our minds and the kingdom to shape. God reigns forever, we just echo his name. Yo, I used to question if my gift even mattered. Late nights, notebook full of dreams that shattered. What's the point of creating if nobody sees? But God whispered, son, you're doing it for me. Not for playlists, not for praise of the charts, but to break chains with the beat of your heart. I'm not trying to be famous, I'm trying to be faithful. Make art that's honest, raw, and graceful. I don't need the noise, the numbers, or the view. I just need to know I didn't miss you.
Wow. That's a great track. Did you
Thank
come
you.
up with the idea for the music?
I did. It's actually just like loops that I put together and then tried to expand on that. But it was actually inspired because Jesus Freak Hideout did a review on one of my songs and said
Oh,
I
yeah?
should try to do more lo-fi vibes. And so that was
Yeah, yeah.
my attempt at more lo-fi. And so you have the crackling sound, you have the slower instrumentation.
Soothing. Everybody liked it.
Yeah,
That's
like
good.
Brian said,
It's
soothing. I
different.
love it.
Yeah, it's different. I like it. And the lyrics are really powerful. Did you come up with those yourself?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's actually an acronym. Great One's Dream spells out God. And so
Hmm.
when we decide to dream, we're being more like God.
Yeah. And it's true what you said in there too. It's at the end. You saw me shaking my head. Don't do it for yourself or famous, being famous or whatever you were saying.
I'm not trying to be famous. I'm trying to be faithful, make art that's honest, raw, and graceful.
That doesn't even sound like you when you're rapping. You have like a different voice. It doesn't
Yeah.
sound like you too much. That's funny. That's
Thank you,
good
everyone,
though.
for the nice feedback. I appreciate that, everyone.
Yeah, they're good people. They're all yeah, and your wife is on here somewhere?
Yep, Stephanie, or Scuffy is her YouTube name.
Oh, okay. So that's her. Well,
And
she's
then
the one
John said, oh, go ahead.
got a nightclub vibe to it. Which
Yeah.
one was that?
And then somebody mentioned Alicia Keys. That was one of my favorite artists growing up, and the way
Yeah.
she played piano. So I'm really glad that she was heard through that influence.
Yeah, he said hip hop with jazz. Jazz and kind of Alicia Keys feel to it. That's some combination.
Yeah.
So how do you come up with your shows? Like what cities to that you guys go to? How do you come up with that? Because you're the one that books the stuff, right?
Yep. So we did the Fort Unity on the river here in Fort Wayne because that's where I live. Easiest to do an event here. And
Mhm.
then in Toledo, I have a brother named Preach Willie. We met on the Extreme Tour last year, and so we're working with his church to have that event. And then our events and program committee president, his name's Ken Mason. He reached out to a guy named Flyboy Rich, and we were able to book the Detroit show. And then Ken Mason is from Bloomington, and we've previously done a show at the Warehouse. So Ken was able to put together the Warehouse event for that. And so August 1st until the 14th, we have those 4 shows coming up.
That's great. Do you plan on branching out?
Yeah,
Do you
definitely.
plan-
So I went on
yeah.
the Extreme Tour the last 2 years, and that
Mhm.
brought me from Fort Wayne all the way out to Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and a few other places, Michigan, Ohio. And so I want to go back out on the road with them and be out there for at least a month, hit several different states. But we also want to take the culture shift to any place we can go. And so we want to take it to every single city that believes they need a culture shift, which is all of them.
True. Yeah, well, let me know. Let me know if you ever come to Florida.
Yeah, maybe you
Um,
can help us find some venues that'll help book us and bring us there, and we'll be happy to bring the
what
shift
kind of
down there.
venues do you usually look for?
We're open to anything. So public parks, theaters, even we'll even go to a bar because a lot of people that are Christian artists, they don't want to go into environments that they don't
Mhm.
feel is right for them. And I love that you had that Bible study at the beginning talking about the rocky soil, the good soil, and the thorns.
Yeah.
Because we'll go any place that God calls us to. We'll even go to places that are the projects or the hood or places that are unsafe and do an event in an apartment complex or at a park nearby that's in a quote unquote unsafe place because we believe we got to go where most people won't go so we can show those people that they're loved.
How are you perceived as a Christian artist? Like, do you get gigs and stuff like because what you do, or have you been ever turned down for anything because of what you preach in?
So I've been turned down a lot. When I first started making music, I was under 21 doing hip hop music. So I couldn't get the shows at the bars. And so I learned to create my own opportunities. I've been booked on other events through the Extreme Tour, through other people that put on shows. But I have been turned down quite a bit. Being that I'm a Christian artist, I think some more hood events wouldn't want to have that type of artist. But I've done events where every type of person is there and it's received really well.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, I asked you that because I know a lot of Christian artists have a problem. I know I have, and a lot of people do because they want you to basically, like you said, you want to go to a bar they want you to play in a bar or like a nightclub or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
what type of people go to these things? I'm not saying that there's no Christians at bars. I mean, but they're not going there to hear that.
Yeah, they don't want to hear it there. They want to party.
They don't want to be preached to at a bar or a nightclub. And and that's the problem with Christian artists trying to get shows like that, because a lot of times they'll be like, "Oh, I want you to do all types of music. I don't want you to just sing Christian music." I'm like, "Well, why? You afraid a revival's going to break out?" I mean, like what's the problem?
Yeah.
You might have a different group of people. Maybe they don't want that. They don't want a different group of people. But I know how it is. It's rough. But that's why you stick to churches and places like that where you're welcome.
Yeah, and a lot of the events we do in public spaces. We don't make them look like they're religious events, and we partner with other artists that will draw people in so that they can come, feel like they can celebrate the good, and then they're going to hear the gospel message and be like, "Yeah, that resonates with me. I'd like to talk more about that," but not like shoving it down their throat.
No, but it's the music too, because if you could bring, like, if you got kids that like hip hop and they want to hear that, and then they hear the message, because that's the most important thing. It's not about the music. I do rock music, and everybody loves my music, and I'm like, listen to the lyrics. And you draw them in with the music, but then when you draw them in with the music, you're hoping that they could hear something in that song that is going to help them and bring them to God. And all it takes is one person.
Yeah.
So it's great what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. It's awesome.
Thank you.
With you guys, all of you, the organization is incredible.
Yeah, there was a phrase that really stuck with me. I heard somebody say there's one song is worth more than 1,000 sermons. And so there can be 1,000 sermons preached, and it's not going to get ingrained into people as well as one song could. One song could be catchy. It could get into their spirit, and it could change lives a lot more like drastically than a sermon could. I love sermons. I'm a preacher myself, so don't let me discredit that. But that was a phrase that really stuck with me.
That's good. Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's songs do so many things. And that's one thing about Christian music is you really need to know what you're singing about and talking about, and preaching it the right way. But a lot of people, right now, a lot of kids are coming back to God and coming to God for the first time. And it's great. It's great to see that.
Yeah.
Because in this world, like John was saying, this world is a nightmare right now. So it's just, people like you, like me, like a lot of people out there that are trying to bring people in with music, and not even just music. I mean, authors, people write books, they, a lot of things, they just speaking engagements, anything that are going to help people really forget about this world right now that we live in.
Yeah.
Do you write all your own lyrics, or do you collaborate with other people?
I definitely collaborate with other people. So on my album, Year of Jubilee, my friend Brandon Miller helped write Bada Bada Boom. And then Jamie Keeker from Minnesota, who I met through the Extreme Tour, wrote Masks Off and another song on there called God Ain't Gonna Quit. And then I've worked with people on songs for a really long time. I'm open to collaborating on that.
That's great. That's good. Yeah, it's good to do that. It's good to, sometimes it's good to step out of your genre once in a while too, you know? And I don't know, it's just like, I want to do that too. I want to just try something different and just see how it goes over, with people.
And then I've got to shout out DJ Sunny Setup. He produced 12 of the 20 songs on the album. He also sang hooks. He rapped verses. Wow. And I feel like it's just as much his album as mine. And he didn't know what the Year of Jubilee would look like. He was just sending me song after song after song. And then I'd pick one, write to it, and it worked out throughout the whole record, where he produced most of it.
Well, you keep talking about the album, so tell everybody how they can get it.
Yep. So Year of Jubilee is now on all platforms: YouTube, Spotify. You can also find it on Bandcamp at alexcultureshift.bandcamp.com. And it's 20 songs, split it up over 4 chapters, so you can easily digest and walk this journey with us. And the one key thing I want people to know from this album is just 3 simple words: you are free. And so Year of Jubilee is about that freedom.
That's great. And you just released that this week?
Yeah,
Was
Friday
it?
it came out.
Wow, that's great. And are those 2 songs that I did today on that album?
Yep, they
Oh,
are.
good. That's good. So if anybody likes those songs, they could get it on the album, and they could stream it. Do you have any physical copies of that also?
Not yet. I'm researching how to get physical copies to have at the event. Just haven't got them printed yet.
I can help you out with that.
Perfect.
I know places, so I can let you know. But that's good that you're doing that. And you have any new music coming out moving forward besides this album? Are you working on anything else?
Yeah, I'm definitely working on new music, but it's been the main focus of getting this album done. 20 songs was a lot to work on.
Oh yeah.
And so I have several other songs that are started or almost finished, and I'm not exactly sure what that next project is going to look like because I've been so into this season. And so one of those songs is called Disciple. DJ Sunny Side Up produced it, and he sings in the chorus, "They will know that you are a disciple by the love you have for your brothers and sisters." And I think that's going to be such a important track for people to hear, because there's a lot of people in Christian hip hop that are fighting right now. They're having beefs with each other. It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense to me. Like, there should be more unity. And so I think people need to be reminded that they'll know that you're a disciple of Jesus Christ if you love your brothers and sisters. And if you aren't loving your brothers and sisters, then who are you serving? And so I can't wait to finish that song and get it out. I believe Battle Axe from SOG Crew is going to have a verse on that. He's from California, amazing artist that's been doing this for 30 years. And then Idioms the Prophesier, who I met on the Extreme Tour, is going to be on that song as well.
Well, your song I just played, what did that talk about? I mean, a lot of people that are in this industry, a lot of them do it for money and fame and fortune. And they don't know what they're doing it for, really. I mean, the real reason. And I think that's where where the confrontation comes in, because a lot of people in any industry, but especially in music, a lot of people are jealous of everybody. You know, they want to be better than somebody. They want to. I've seen it so many times, and
Yeah.
you know, and that's why I said, you know, I always say this, and I quoted this in an article that was just done, that there's billions of people in the world. There's more than enough people for all of us to go around. So everybody is blessed with a different type of talent. And there's so many people out there for us. You know, I mean, we can all share all of our music together that we have been blessed with. And we do it all for the glory of God.
Yep.
So
We're playing for an audience of one.
That's right. That's right. And, you know, I think it's great what you guys are doing. Like I said, I really enjoyed having both of you on. And I really hope that people follow, you know, the culture shift, and just let everybody know where they can find the culture shift, and like all your social media, your website, everything, and to donate also.
Perfect. Yeah. So the Culture Shift is a nonprofit. We do events and outreach. You can go to www.wearetheshifters.com. I believe Tiffany posted that website in the chat there. Wearetheshifters.com. You can find out about all of our upcoming events, our mission, what we do, because we're really a movement more than anything. We just want to see a change in the world, and it starts with self. And so you can donate through there. We have a platform called Zephy that's tied into our website. There's no fees. And so as you donate, you can choose not to pay any fees. And we're going to keep 100% of that. And that's going to help empower our outreach so that we can go serve the disability, addiction recovery, and homeless communities more, and continue empowering the youth. And then you can find all my music online on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Bandcamp, Facebook, Alex Macdonald. And if you can't find me, you find the tap dancer or the British singer, then just type in Year of Jubilee and you'll be able to find my brand new album, Year of Jubilee. I hope we can walk this journey together, that you can experience that freedom. And then I want to answer John real quick. John, thanks for this question. Does any of your music deal with people who are dealing with trauma and tragedy? So my song, Only God Can Judge Me, is about rejection and dealing with the rejection that I had early on in life. That song talks about that. And then there's some other songs that are about healing. And so I hope you dig into that album, and some of that will help you heal.
I'm glad you saw that, because I didn't. You're getting these questions too?
Yeah, I'm seeing them on the chat there.
Yeah, because so many people saying things, I actually missed that. So I'm glad you said it.
John
But
Carter
that's
said, "We are one body," and that's one of my lyrics in my song. No need to hide. We move as one body.
we are one body in Christ.
Some of us are the thumb, the
Thank
toe, the fingernails, whatever, but we're still needed.
Yep. Yeah, so this is a great show. I just want to thank you so much for coming on, both of you. I'm going to pray for your organization that, you guys keep going and that, financially you can do it and everything. I hope people will donate to your organization to help you out. And yeah, great work, what you're doing, all of you in Culture Shift, what you're doing to help the communities and everything. So
Yeah, so thank you to everyone from Culture Shift for being a part of this. Lisa, it was an honor to be on your show. Can I add one more thing?
yeah.
So part of that Culture Shift, my wife has a dream of Isaiah's Mobile Soup Kitchen, and that's to feed the homeless. Where we entered into America's Best Couple contest. I have it pinned on my Facebook page. So if you want to vote for us, we have the chance to win $20,000, which will help us buy a bus and buy more food to go out and feed the homeless. And so we'd love your support on that. You can vote every single 24 hours.
Cool. That's great. I will definitely do that. And if everybody could, do you have it on the Culture Shift page or your page or both?
On my page, but I need to put it on Culture Shift's page. Yeah.
All right. So Alex Macdonald on Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So mostly everybody's on Facebook that's on here. So they'll and the people that are watching this on Facebook also can follow you. But I want to thank you once again. Just have a, I'll talk to you. Keep in touch. I'll be finding out what you're doing and everything. And I wish you luck with everything in your organization and your life and your music. And God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you. I'm praying for you as well.
Thank you so much. Have a good rest of the week.
You too.
Okay, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that show. That was great. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the answers. I enjoyed the music, and I hope you guys did. Before you go, I just want to say real quick that I was blessed today by having 30 people contact me to be on this show. So because of that, I am completely booked up to almost November. So I am just going to keep booking this until the end of the year because I have so many people contacting me every day and to come on and tell their testimony. I have all types of people coming on in the next couple of months. I mean, from authors, ministry leaders, organizations, nonprofits. I have so many people. I'm so blessed to have these people come on and just talk about, like today, like Alex did, talk about their testimony. And if you would like to be on this show and you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube and you want to come on and talk about your testimony, if you don't mind waiting till November or December to be on the show, send me an email, contact me on Facebook Messenger, and send me a message and I will let you know what I have available. And then we can take it from there. So it looks like I might be booked up till the end of the year soon and probably booking into 27. So it's a blessing to be able to bring this show to you and have these artists come on or guests and talk about their life with God and faith. And let me show you the dogs right now. I'm going to get into, this is from Open Hands Animal Rescue in Ocala, Florida. So this is the dogs, the 3 dogs I have right now that they have. These are with fosters, these dogs. This is Smiley. And Smiley, I've been talking about every week. He's a 5-year-old male Rottweiler, and he is looking for a home. He's with the foster right now, and he's looking for a home. He's a sweet dog. And I think he's dog selective though. So you would have to speak to O'Hare about him if you're interested. Bella is a 1-year-old, almost 2-year-old female Rottweiler. She's another sweetheart. She's been looking for a home also. And I have now, this is Dottie. Tell me this isn't adorable. She is 12 years old. She's a rescue. They just rescued her. She's about 30 pounds. She looks like a Jack Russell Hound mix. She's a sweet dog. She's good with all dogs. She's with the VP of O'Hare right now, and she's got Rottweilers and all kinds of dogs. So she's good with other dogs. She has some health problems that they're working on. This is another picture of her. She's beautiful. If you're interested in adopting or fostering her, you can contact Open Hands Animal Rescue. They are on Facebook under O'Hare Open Hands Animal Rescue, and you can also contact them on their website, openhandsanimalrescue.org, and you could donate at the bottom of the page if you'd like to make a donation to help them out. They are an incredible organization that I'm helping them out, and I'm so blessed to be with them. They are in Ocala, Florida, and they do so much for so many animals and just equine too. They work with horses also. So if you'd like to help them out and make a donation of any amount, I'm sure they'd appreciate it, especially with Dottie now, because now she's going to need medical help and everything because she's new. They just rescued her. So if you'd like to help out Dottie, you could go and send a message, or you can even contact O'Hare on Facebook on the messenger if you'd like to maybe foster her if you're in the Florida region, and just let them know. But I do this every week, and I'm going to continue to do this until these dogs are adopted. Hopefully somebody out there can help them out. Also, I want to talk about next week. The next 2 weeks I have coming on, let me see. Scott Vanover is on the 19th. He will be here next week. He's a pianist, and he's also a music composer. He's an instrumentalist. He's Christian. He will be on next week, the 19th. And then the 26th, I have our own 4 persons. Bill Hemsworth will be on. He's a Catholic evangelist. This is going to be a great show. I know it is going to be a lot of fun. He has his own podcast also, and I've been on his show a couple of times actually. So this is going to be a great show on the 26th. So when I get back from that show, I will talk about August. I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself because I have everybody booked out for months now. So I'm just going to do a couple weeks at a time. Just keep coming back. If you're watching this show on whatever streaming site you're on, I have great guests on every week, every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here. I ask everybody, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, YouTube at Lisa M. Nicole. Everything that I have with my music and everything, my podcast, is forever on YouTube. So Facebook deletes things after 30 days. So please go on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. You can share anything from there. My podcast, my concerts, my music videos, anything. So if you would just please subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please go there and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And once again, I want to thank you guys very much for everything. I want to thank all of my followers for following and watching this show, and for watching the guests and for following the guests. And it's just been great to bring this show to you. Also, I am still up for the Spin Awards. And you can vote for Rockin' for God podcast or Lisa Marie Nicole for podcaster at thespinawards.com/vote. And you could vote all day, and it ends on the 24th of July. So if you'd like me to win an award, another award for this show, you can go and vote for me there. And once again, thank you so much. I'm going to end this show with my song, my multi-award winning song, I Know You're There, God, which is actually the theme song for this podcast. All right. So once again, I'll see you next week. God bless you, and have a good rest of your week.
Know you are there, God. Why can't I feel you near? My mind is so very clogged. I used to hear you so clear. I don't want to give up on what I know is the truth. Please help to stop the noise that's prevented me from listening to you. know you're there, God. Sometimes I feel alone, even when I'm not. All the troubles in the world, I forget all I've got. I know you are there, God. Why can't I feel you near? My mind is so very clogged. I used to hear you so clear. I don't want to give up on what I know is the truth. Please help to stop the noise that's preventing me from listening to you. I know you're there, God. I live my life as I should. Only with you I know I could. Forgive me, Lord, for the resistance. Only you are the meaning of my existence. I know you are there, God. Why can't I feel you near? My mind is so very clogged. I used to hear you so clear. I don't want to give up on what I know is the truth. Please help to stop the noise that's preventing me from listening to you. I know you're there, God.